afternoon and welcome to the Bennington Free Library. I'm delighted today to give you a little bit of a primer on the day in the life of books that are donated to the library for the library's book sale. First, books are brought in either in bags or boxes and are delivered to the nice ladies in the circulation area. Where they happily accept books for the book sale. They are brought into Joan's office, and we can convene in there if you like, and I'll explain a little bit about what goes on in Joan's office in the back room of the library for books, the book sale. You want to join me? So once the books are accepted by our staff, and we do not accept encyclopedia sets.
We don't have textbooks. We don't take record albums or hopefully moldy books. But otherwise, we pretty much take everything else. And we sort them and try to see if we own them. And if we do own them, we see sometimes we maybe can use them as a second copy, so we keep it if they're real popular books. If we have, or we get books that are in very good condition, so we go and take ours off the shelf, like this one, and it's kind of falling apart and it's very kind of nasty. So we'll exchange and catalog for the good book, and saves us the money of repurchasing one. So I just did a great many of these this week because we got some wonderful books. These were all the donated ones. And so we will get through with those and have some nice ones to use.
So we take your nicely used books, gently used books, and we bring them in and we replace books that have been in the library system for years and may have been dropped in the bathtub or they're stained for whatever reason, but it really is a good opportunity for us.
We save a lot, and especially if books are real popular. That's what this is. These are the ones that usually are in the bestseller, so if one gets lost, I can easily put another one in. So we do save them, because sometimes we get maybe 4 or 5 of the same book. So I pretty much have a copy of everything that's, especially if it's fiction, on the bestseller list, so that we have one to recirculate if ours walks or falls apart or whatever. And then on the nonfiction books that are, you know, like Lost Boy and those, we always keep extra copies because they're very popular with the children and things. So that's what our collection is here.
It's a good thing. So your library donations, your books that are donated, they may end up in the book sale, and chances are very good that they will, but they might also be used as a replacement copy for the library or a backup copy. So in all aspects, you're still benefiting the library greatly because it saves us quite a bit of money, as Joan has said, if we don't have to pay to purchase a new book, if we can take a used book that's been donated and keep it on hand as a replacement copy. Books that do not end up going back into our collections are set aside for the book sale, and I guess I wanted to emphasize that one of the really interesting aspects of the book sale is that it's very important, of course, we're raising funds for the library. Keeps everybody in town in books and videos and audio CDs. But it also is a way of building your own private library collections. Books that may no longer be in print, that are no longer available. Very often you can find a nice title here that you wouldn't be able to get in a typical bookstore. For example, we have a lot of things that are out of print. If you have an interest in biography, this is a beautiful book that you'll be able to pick up for a pittance for a couple of dollars on Mary Queen of Scots. Antonia Fraser, very well read and very popular author. Something like this will sell for a few dollars at our book sale. Okay, if you had to purchase a hardcover, obviously it'd be $35 or $40 for a new book. So you really are getting a lot of bang for your buck at the library. And this is in beautiful condition, so it'll be a nice purchase. Some odd things that you might not find in the bookstore, as I said, they're out of print. Buy a multi-volume set of a biography on Winston Churchill, or a nice set on Henry James, who was an American author. This is a beautifully bound set. You could get a 3-volume set for probably under $10 at our book sale. We get a lot of gems. We have beautiful art books that come in. This is a book that would retail for probably $65 or $75, and odds are you'll be able to pick it up at our book sale for maybe $10 or so. So it's definitely worth a visit down to the book sale to see what you can find. some of the recent donations, we have the memoirs of Jack Casanova. So if you're interested in his exploits, you can come to the book sale and pick up a 3-volume set.
I'm usually the sorter because it's my office, so they come in here. And so when I have time, I go through each box. And because I order fiction, I'm very familiar to pretty much what we have for fiction. And I've worked for Lynn long enough so I know that something's a hot item or something. So I yank them out even if I'm not sure if we have it or not. And then if we do and we have enough copies, they go back into the book sale. But before they go down with Jim and John in the morning, they pretty much they're all touched and they're all looked at. And the same with the children's room. I just go put theirs to the side and Chris or Linda come in and go through them and decide if they can use them as an extra copy because they're always having some kind of program. They give a free book, and so that helps them also so they don't have to purchase those. So this really today it's kind of empty, but sometimes you can't move in here because they happen to bring in, about 8 boxes and they've all got to be gone through. So it's a big help to the library, whatever way you want to look at it. So that's how we do it almost daily.
Yeah,
we used to only do it a few months before the book sale, and then in the last, I think, 3 years, they went so that they came year-round because we made the bathrooms downstairs not a bathroom anymore, so they gave us more storage space. It all has to do with storage. And so then they come all year long. So if people are cleaning out closets or whatever in January, they can still bring them in here now. They didn't used to be able to. They had to hang on to them. So I think we probably lost some at that time, especially when you've got Goodwill and those places around now. So they're very generous, and we have got a lot of books.
We want your books.
We want the books.
We have a lot of fun, I think, looking through them
Yeah.
to see what what are in people's private collections, and it's an enormous help for the library to receive your donations. Not only, as I said, for the book sale, but for our collections as well. One of the interesting things that we just came through is an Anatomy of Melancholy, which was a 15th century English clergyman. And this is probably something not on the bestseller list at this point, but it's just a kind of a peculiar little piece that someone has a particular interest may want to add to their collection. It's a paperback, so it's going to be really cheap. It's a great thing, and we every book, I think, literally that comes and is donated is handled by library staff lovingly most of the time. But from here, books are, after they're sorted and we've determined about whether or not we want to keep them, whether or not they're going to go to the book sale, then they're transported to the basement. So perhaps we can re-adjourn in the basement. So this is the old basement from the original library. I used to come down here as a child and I was frightened to death. But this is where we store books that are brought in for the book sale. These are all, we've emptied it already once this year. You can see these boxes have all been sorted and prepared for the book sale, and we'll fill this room up, I'm sure, before May, so that we'll have a lot of good materials for the book sale. So this is one of 2 rooms that are filled to the brim with boxes of books that have been sorted for the book sale. I think a rough estimate of the books that we have in the sale would be probably upwards of 10,000 titles. And we are having, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, the book sale will be held on May 13th and 14th this year. Friday night is May 13th, and we will have a pre-sale event. There is a $10 admission charge, but you get first crack at all the really great books for that, so it's well worth the money. We'll have a few different categories of prices. Different prices, obviously, for hardcovers and for paperbacks, for DVDs. We have a great collection of audio CDs that have come in, as well as movies. So there's a little something for everybody at the book sale. This is one room, as I said, that's full, and we have another room. So as you can see, this is the second room of boxes that are all boxed up and sorted and ready to go for the book sale. I'm dwarfed in comparison here to to the area that's occupied by all of these books, we have a lot of different categories. We have romance, we have biography, we are going to have some wonderful special, unique, specially priced books. We've got bestsellers, we have new fiction, we have old fiction, we are going to have nonfiction, gardening books, cookbooks, anything you can possibly think of will be available at this book sale. And it's grown year after year. And just when I think that we've reached the saturation point and there couldn't possibly be any more books in the community to be donated to the library, I'm surprised and more wonderful stuff comes in. So you really have to make it down to the book sale to check it out on May 13th and 14th. It supports the library, it's a wonderful community event, and it gets a lot of really very good literature into the hands of our community for a great price. So this is the area where all of the books for the book sale get sorted. I have to say, while I have an opportunity, that we have to thank the Friends of the Library for really lighting a fire under this whole operation and organizing it to a fine point and really really expanding the book sale. Over the years, it's grown and grown and grown from a book sale where they maybe made a few $100s to last year making quite a few $1,000s for the library, which goes to pay for programs principally, but also materials and technology expenses that we require. So books are brought in here and they're left, they're either stored in the room, the bathroom, or they're brought in here and left on the floor. Volunteers will come in. We still are looking for volunteers to help with the book sale, either as a sorter, and this is actually quite a lot of fun. You can come in for an hour or two for as much or as little time as you like, anytime really during the library's operating hours, and do a bit of work. We do a little initial training with our volunteers, and so they learn how to determine if something should be set aside for further review, or it can just be actually put into a box and sorted for the book sale. You can see we have a lot of categories here. Health and fitness, self-help, American history, audio books, there's romance, graphic novels, science and technology. When volunteers come in to work on the book sale, they sign up. We have a sign-in log, and this is very important. It allows us to keep track of our volunteers so we can invite them to our volunteer reception, which thanks them for all their hard work that they do on behalf of the library throughout the year. But it also allows us to keep track of the number of volunteer hours that are donated to the library. That's important when we go to the town for our yearly funding. When we apply for grants, grant givers like to know that we have a strong volunteer organization that's supportive of us, and so the more the merrier in terms of our volunteers. We have a great party for them in the spring with a lot of goodies, and we also the staff will determine and award a Volunteer of the Year. So we hope that you'll come down and help us with the book sale, either sorting or at the sale itself. So we're with Carson Keisinger, who is the adult reference librarian at the library, and Carson has been with us a little over a year, and she's going to explain a bit about some of the technology purchases that the library has made with funds that have been raised from the book sale. So Carson.
Thanks. Well, book sale money is really important to us because we get to do all the kinds of fun things that we wouldn't normally do and meet some needs that we can't meet with our regular budget. So one of the main things that we bought with book sale money is one terminal that we've specifically designed as a quick use terminal, which is really great because when these computers get full, we have to give a half an hour warning, and sometimes people just want to come in and use something really fast, so they can hop on here for 15 minutes and use the terminal. It's easy, it's like in and out, express library use. And also, of course, since we had to have it over here without the chair, we needed some kind of elevated table. So we got this nice long table with book sale money.
Okay, so Carson, this is a great station. It's a really wonderful, people that want to come in quickly and maybe print off IRS tax forms.
Tax forms.
Chop and they're in a hurry.
Yes.
This has been really very useful for them, or just print
quick
a form.
email. I just want to check my email. It wasn't going to be very long. I just want to check the weather, although now it's kind of calming down a bit.
Or maybe a boarding pass for the
I've
travel.
done that. Plane tickets.
Yep. So this is one item, but we also have some online catalogs that
We do.
we purchased
we do.
with
You
book
can
sale
walk
money.
over and look
Want
at
to show
those?
them?
Okay. So this is one of the 2 online public access terminals that we have. We have one right here in reference, so if somebody walks in and they have a question, anybody at the desk can see if they're trying to find something and they're getting the no results, I can walk over and help them. We also have one upstairs in the stacks in case you're up there and you think of something else that you want. Again, these are just extra terminals that we really wouldn't have the money to buy without book sale funds. So it makes it really easy to help people find things. So another item that we've been able to fund with book sale money is these really great custom-made bookshelves in the YA section, which is really important for the graphic novels because they're often sought out, but they were kind of squeezed in on a small shelf before, and now they're really nicely displayed. And again, it makes something that's really popular easy to find.
Lisa, look. You don't have to get in. You want to read the book to her? Hi, Nose. Hi, Nose.
So we're in the children's room with children's librarians, Linda Donegan and Chris Poche, and they're going to tell us a little bit about how they use funds that are raised through the library's book sale. So, to you, Chris.
Well, we have a lot of ways that we use money. Some is for programming and some is for things to make the children's room more comfortable and an exciting place to be. And we'd like to show you some of the things that we had made, the book sale money.
We had these video and DVD browsers made. They're on kid level, and it organizes our entire DVD and video collection, which is really popular.
Right, and the other thing we were able to purchase was originally the cases were all in this room and we ran out of room. So with the book sale money we were able to buy plastic sleeves to help with the browsing system.
This is a special large rocker that we purchased with friends' money from the book sale. And we have lots of moms and dads who want to sit down and read a book to their young child. So we wanted an oversized rocker where a parent and a child could sit. And as you can see, it's there. Isn't it comfortable, Chris?
It's very comfortable.
Of course. We don't get to sit down on it very much, however, but we're appreciative of having this special spot for a parent and child.
This is our catalog station, and we're so appreciative to have this with book sale money because people can look up books while they're in here, and it houses our catalog, and it's used constantly. And we have a special kids LS2 web that shows book covers, and so we're really excited to have this piece of equipment.
This is another browser, and this is for our paperback collection. We have lots of books, especially for school-age kids who are reading in a series, and whether it's Pendragon or the Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew, this is the spot where they can come and browse and give it a whirl. One of the most important week-long programs that's funded by the Friends is the Kindergarten Initiative, and we just finished that last week. The reason why we're holding these Lily dolls is because Chris and I were both dressed up as Lily for 12 kindergarten classes. Public and private school in the area from Pownell to the upper reaches of Bennington, and we just had a ball. Kids who are 5 can get a library card. That's why we felt it was so important that the Friends fund this special week. The classes come to us and we tell them how easy it is to get a library card.
And you know, it's very effective because children remember from years later. We've had 3rd and 4th graders come in and say, I remember when you were Lily, or I remember when you were Max. And it makes a big impression. It connects them to the library in a way that is really important, I think.
It is, and then we have a great party midweek for the after-school crowd, and we had about 80 people this year with activities and snacks, and it's just to give people the message the library is a fun place to be.
And of course, Lily made an appearance.
Oh, yes, she did.
The busiest time in the children's room is the summer. As soon as kids are out of school, they come here in droves, and every year we have a summer reading program. This coming year it's going to be One World, Many Stories, and as you can see we already have the posters, we already have the reading records, we have lots and lots of things, and we deal with preschoolers through
14, 16 years old.
Kids who are in middle school and high school. And I'm holding the poster for the school-age kids, and Chris is holding
The poster for the for kids 5th through mostly 8th grade. Their program is called You Are Here. The money from the book sale helps make the summer reading program a really vibrant experience for kids. There's family program this summer we're going to have an African drum and dance troupe come down. There's program for school-age kids. There's a preschool summer reading story hour. There's all kinds of programming that we try to do. Last year we had over 30 programs in 8 weeks, and we had over 1,000 people participate in these programs. And the summer reading program itself, we had over 500 participants. So the money is well needed and well used for this event. The day of the book sale, we do offer children's programming. Linda?
I do an art project, usually a literacy book-oriented experience, and it's from 10 to 11, and it's right in the corridor there of the book sale. So people just can drop in with their children and enjoy a special time together.
And then from 11 to 11:30, I do a story time in the back area of the church in the parish hall. And you never know who's going to visit. Last year, Chef Can Cook came. A lot of characters come and visit, so you never know.
So thank you for the opportunity. We're pleased to be able to promote the book sale to the community. We hope that you will join us. It's a very good program, as you can see. Your tour of the library, it supports a lot of programming and a lot of technology at the library. We are still accepting books for the book sale, and will be accepting them up until a day or two before the sale. We're also looking for volunteers to help with the sale itself. So you can call the library and speak to a member of circulation, or with Rose Wolf, and she'll get you signed up. We hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.